CoMix. It's speaking Luis. We're going to talk about some Star Wars today.
This is Esteban, and finally Ash has seen Star Wars.
Yes, I have.
So now we can actually talk about it a little bit
Yeah, no
more.
kidding. Jesus.
All right.
Since you just saw it, Ash, what did you think? Right off the bat.
Slept right through it.
I knew you would.
I liked it. I liked that there was tons of action. I know a lot of people want the whole... I don't know, it's just really weird because... You know how the prequels were kind of the same formula, obviously, as...
What prequels?
The
ones that never happened?
The ones that never happened?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway, it was just the same formula. So this one was kind of like just straight action. Just like, even when there was downtime, there was always something happening.
Okay.
And I really, really did like that. It was just kind of like, almost like to the point where I don't want to blink, because especially with last week when you were like, did you guys catch that part when, and I was always trying to, just in case it's the last time I see it before I get it on Blu-ray.
Right.
I was just trying to get it. But it was really good. I liked it a lot. I feel weird that, like I could pick up a lightsaber and take on the Sith by myself. Just by picking up a lightsaber and fighting somebody who is trained well.
All right. In their defense, you wouldn't be by yourself if, like, you had a lightsaber and after you got struck down, if your girlfriend stepped in to finish the job, then you would stand.
Well, the girlfriend always steps in to finish the job, right?
Oh, God.
Wow. Okay, so... So what did you think about that? That it was just one of those things that any random person, not a Jedi, can go and didn't go through any type of training, can wield a lightsaber. Not necessarily saying it's like Thor's hammer where not anybody can pick it up.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, obviously with Rey, you can kind of get it because she's, you know...
She's
like,
what?
She's going to be a Jedi, or is going to be a Jedi. But, like Princess Leia,
yes.
in the you know how she could feel things.
Yeah,
like
yeah, she did. Felt a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like since they established it in there,
right?
It kind of make sense that she can kind of
sense,
figure out that she's a Jedi, or at least that she has Jedi powers.
Okay.
Well, that kind of also takes you back to the title of the movie, right? Where she touched the lightsaber and the Force awakened in her. That's the title, Force Awakens. That's the end of my point.
There's going to be a lot of porn parodies of this movie, I feel like it.
Dude, there already is. It's already begun.
That's just Star Wars, the label itself.
Well, yeah, Star Wars, the label itself, but it's just kind of like, Jesus Christ, you know?
Did Finn get friend-zoned?
I don't think...
Do you feel like he did?
I feel like he did.
Really? You think so?
I don't think he ever crossed that border to be friend-zoned. Like, friend-zoned, it's kind of like where it's like you have that small window of opportunity.
You know
and then
why he ran after her.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah.
No, we all know the dude's point of view. But she never saw it that way. Like, in my opinion, it was like, oh, you're part of the Resistance. Like, I'm with the Resistance.
Well, yeah, obviously. Can't you tell?
And so then he kind of pushed forward that way. Then she gets captured, and then he's like, I need to do this for her. He takes a lightsaber to the spine for her, like, you know.
Yeah. The ultimate friend zone.
The ultimate. I mean,
thank you. But
as far as she's concerned, she's like, oh, he's such a great friend, like, because they never really establish, anything. You can see that he has like an obvious like. But then again, keep in mind that this dude was a stormtrooper, so it's like aren't they just like bred for fighting and.
Yeah, so then there's that option where he's bred for fighting, but I mean, there's still that sense of compassion that he had. I mean, shit, he freed Poe Dameron, you know what I mean?
And they did make...
You needed a pilot? I needed a pilot.
Yeah, well,
That's the real reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, and just like you were saying though, like they were asking as far as like, what about his last like psych evaluation? How did he do?
Yeah.
And like, oh, he did well. Like it just seems like they kind of treat him like dogs almost. Like if they have any any people that kind of step out of line, they're like, all right, one strike and you're done. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean I guess. I mean, they're trying to get away from the clone army, and that's. I mean, it was hinted that maybe we should have a clone army, to go ahead and deal with something like that, But
the guy that came out with the extended dildo, and they started fighting, and he had the lightsaber and just got it.
Yeah, sure,
That badass.
Yeah,
that badass stormtrooper.
So he was struggling with even that guy, and that one I would wager the whole battle to battle thing.
Right.
And maybe Kylo Ren isn't very hand to hand because he's so used to telling you what to do.
You think so?
You think that's...
Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot of. I mean, you can look at Anakin and be like, dude, you took out fucking sand people that in the prequels that never existed. But I mean, he did a bunch of fights that we haven't seen. With Kylo Ren, was there a bunch of? Was he come from books? Is he?
No, this is completely brand new. This is all brand new territory. I mean, they ended up deeming the original extended universe not canon. So everything that we know from before, actually Han Solo and Leia having twins and Luke having his own son and stuff like that, that doesn't exist. I mean, it exists in its own way. It just doesn't exist. It's not canon in the movies. It's not part of the movies, you know.
Well, I can hear that Ash, or you sound skeptical by the fight with Kylo Ren. You're just like, okay, he must just not have been experienced, which is why.
Well, I would accept it. I would accept that's the reason why you're struggling with somebody who just picked up a lightsaber.
Right.
Is you're not used to hand to hand.
And that's fair. And that's actually one of the biggest things that we've been hearing. Esteban, you have a different opinion on that, right? We spoke about that briefly, as far as
a lightsaber goes?
As far as Kylo Ren goes. I guess at this point we're speaking specifically on that last fight, right? So what did you think about it, man?
As far as a lightsaber fighting,
that last fight, like, did you feel disappointed with Kylo Ren's ability? Like, did you feel like, also, it looks like anybody can just take this guy out? Like,
no, I mean, I think it was more of like, it was a shock value. I mean, he's supposed to be all powerful and shit, you know? He wants to follow in Darth Vader's footsteps and shit and stuff like that. So, I see it as a little bit of a disappointment. I think, you know, as the character himself, I think it's a great character, you know?
How badass would it have been if that last fight, if Kylo Ren took the motherfucker out in 3 seconds and was walking away, and then that's when, like, was walking away and maybe decided, I am going to kill him, and Rey stepped in, and then she figured out her powers. Like, I figured it would have been a little bit better than I'm taking out Finn.
I don't think so, man. I think the way that they set it up was actually pretty well. I mean, they actually fed off of it a little bit, especially when Kylo Ren was torturing Rey.
Right.
And you saw her, like, no joke, like, that was fucking badass. How she just stepped up and she's like, oh, you want to play games? We can play games. Right. You know, and she just pushes back and, like, without even breaking a sweat. Just like, and she just flat out calls him out on his bullshit. Like, oh, you think that you can be as powerful as Darth Vader? You know, it's like, come on, man. Like, I think she can kick his ass, like, majorly.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, keep in mind, though,
I'm talking about the Finn fight, and you're like, no, Apollo Creed in the 5th. I'm saying, it would have been badass more if he's trying to step up, and you remember how Rey was running, and he just threw her against the fucking tree?
Yeah.
And then him and her, like, reversed that shit.
Oh, like Finn charged after him, and Kylo Ren just like...
Or they're fighting, and then he throws him against a tree, and then Rey steps up.
Well, the reason I don't know, I'm happy the way that they did it, for the main reason that... Okay, so first of all, he takes a shot by Chewbacca's crossbow in the gut. Right?
Yeah, he did.
So he took that shit hard. So now
he did.
Now he's blasted. He's got Chewbacca's load all over his guts, right?
Yeah.
So now Chewbacca's load on his stomach, and he throws Rey to the
disgusting
side.
that he did that. Fucking gross.
See, but then that's where Finn steps in, and so now granted this guy military training, he's able to hold his own. I mean, granted, not against a goddamn Sith, but in this specific case, he's wounded.
Yeah, it at least gives him gives him an edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he walked it off like a fucking boss, which is why we didn't realize, like, you know, that's where he kept pounding his wound.
Yeah, I like that, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you have a theory on why he's, because Luis has a great one, and I had never thought of it until he brought it up, and I'm like,
why he's pounding his wound?
Yeah, why do you think he's hitting his wound? Like, do you think it's just a temper tantrum that he threw twice earlier? You think it's just a temper tantrum?
I always thought it was just kind of trying to numb the wound.
You think so?
That's what I thought it was. I mean, and I don't know if he was. I mean,
no. It's no. I mean, that's a valid point. It's a valid point. You know, he's trying to numb the wound so that he can keep fighting.
Right.
Valid point. But I mean, the major way into the dark side, or not the major way, but the few major ways to get into the dark side are what?
It's through pain is one of them, and anger is another, and sadness. Right?
Sadness, yeah.
Sadness, and so a lot of the time, like, we would see people tapping into the dark side. The way that we do see it is usually like emotional pain,
right?
Like Anakin, for example. And in this case, this dude is pounding away at his wound to tap into the dark. So he's just like, he's losing a lot of blood. You see all the blood dripping on the snow. He's about to go toe to toe with Finn, and he's pounding onto his wound. It's like, all right, he needs like kind of like an adrenaline booster.
Well, yeah. So it's like he's trying to tap into the dark side by pain, through pain. As he just keeps on hitting his wound, so...
Because even when he's about to go up with Rey, he still pounds his wound a couple more times. And the first time you see the blood come out, and after that you just see him kind of like doing it. And so then, now when he's going toe-to-toe with Rey, keep in mind, he's lost a lot of blood. He took a shot to the stomach or to the chest, whatever.
Not only that, but Finn did wound him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Right.
So Finn took a couple more shots, and now he's even more tired. So then he tries to do that force pull to get his saber. Rey gets it. And so now this person that's gifted with the Force, another chosen one maybe, we don't know yet, and that's why she's able to go toe-to-toe with Rey.
Right, but I like the fact on how they played it off, going back to what you were talking about. You know? They ended up playing it like Finn was the Force-sensitive one.
Yeah.
Or the one that doesn't know, like Luke, he didn't know, until he went through his training. But it turns out that it's not him, it's her.
Yeah.
The one that's doing the one that is sensitive to the Force, and that's strong. I don't know. I dug it. I dug the fight.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not arguing that you didn't. I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
Movie. All I'm saying is it kind of made me like, if I was working for him, and my homie that just turned traitor is kicking the guy I'm working for's ass, I'd kind of be like, could I get my check today, please? Just so that I can leave, because...
Did we miss the part where Chewbacca blew his load all over his stomach?
Well, I didn't miss it. That's how I finished.
You usually finish that way?
Oh, dude. That's... I'm just... runs right up my scrotum.
Alright, no. Talking on Chewbacca a little bit. So, a couple things. Now... I'm aware that
hasn't aged a bit, by the way.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, no shit, right?
He's aging beautifully.
Yeah,
beautifully.
He is.
Herbal Essence, I think, is the secret.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Two things about Chewbacca in this movie. One of them, did you all feel his pain when he saw Han Solo die?
Yeah, that scream was crazy.
Yes, that angle. Like, I've never heard that furry little love ball do that, and I was like, tugged at my heartstrings a little bit.
You like furry little love balls, huh? Yeah.
Well, because of Facebook, it kind of gave it away. So I think I was still like welled up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like,
you were expecting it.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting it, but I was the way it happened, and then when he fell down the thing, I was like, he's still good. He's still good. He's still good.
In denial.
The whole fucking planet blew up. I was like, God damn it.
Never mind.
He's not good. He's not good anymore.
But. It was the way he went out was amazing. Amazing that he did it for his son. I still think it should have been more grandiose because he's an iconic character.
You think so?
I think it should have been. I think it should have been like. Did you ever hear the story about him wanting to have died in Return of the Jedi?
Was it Return? I thought it was
Empire.
Yeah, in Empire.
Yeah,
right?
that. Remember when they checked on him to see if he was alive?
He was supposed to die.
He was supposed to die.
The original script. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like. At least that would have been like I went out for the homies, but this one was kind of like, I don't know. It was huge. It was a big because you did it for your son, but it wasn't in combat really. It wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. That's just the way I feel. I mean, like. I loved it, and I loved that he did it for his son. But. We have a fourth chair.
I know. I'm getting flagged in the background by my wife because she's...
Keep in mind, I've only seen it once. I haven't seen it the 14 times you guys have.
We haven't seen it 14 times. We've only seen it twice.
So once I see it 14 times, I'll be able to be on the level that you guys are.
But I mean, he did it because he needed to close that gap that he had. He had a gap. He still had a way back to the light side.
Do you know any mother that would say, bring my son home, rather than be out there on the street getting him themselves?
I think so.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
My mom would be fucking in her own ship right now, tearing shit apart. And she's probably nodding because she knows she would be.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, no, I can see it. It's kind of like, please bring my son home. Like, just...
Yeah, whoops.
Or our son home, you know.
Is there any saving grace for Kylo Ren?
At this point, no.
No, I don't think so.
And this is... And actually, I thought... I was very fascinated. The second time I caught it more so was where he was... where he's, you know, all, like, depressed and he's, like, meditating with the Vader helmet or whatever.
Right.
And he's just like, I know what I have to do next. I don't know if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And that step was taking his father's life. Like, he felt himself kind of potentially going back into the light side.
Right.
And that's what he needed help with. And so, ultimately, his father helped him at the end. He's like, I need your help. I'm not strong enough to do this by myself.
Right.
And you even see, like, Han Solo, like, kind of, it's like, yeah, what do you want me to do?
Well, of course.
And he, like, stabs him through the, like, chest and, like, even gives him that last, like, condolence, like...
like, I forgive you type thing.
I know.
Yeah, that was hardcore. That was so hardcore.
So,
yeah.
Chewie yelling in pain to see his best friend die was one.
Right.
The other one that killed me was when Chewie got shot.
Oh, when he got hit in the arm?
Like, it sounded... I've never heard him, like, in pain. I was like, oh, no, Chewie!
If Leia and Luke were there when he died, again, wouldn't that have been a little bit of a bigger deal?
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, considering how things were with Luke, I mean, he kind of put himself in self-exile, so he's been selfish in his own right, which I'm willing to bet he'd take that go into play into the next movie, because none of this shit would have happened had he not put himself in exile, and he also failed Kylo Ren, so all of it really does come full circle with him, so in the next movie he could have guilt.
Well, I know you were talking about it a couple seconds ago about Han Solo's death being symbolic, right?
Just as far as just like that saying goodbye, like I understand, like or you know saying like I forgive you type of thing, and it was more so for Kylo Ren that he needed to take that next step into the dark side, similar to when I know we don't like to talk about these very much, but Anakin killing those kids, like the younglings, the bad ones
with the midichlorians.
Yeah.
I would have liked to keep the helmet on Kylo Ren this whole movie.
You think so? Do you think it was depressed? Like it was a letdown when they ended up revealing his face?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I not. Or maybe just one time in the story. I mean, this is all nitpicking shit because I realize I'm gonna buy it the day it comes out.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking probably be fin for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah, you are.
I'm just saying, in general, I love the movie. I'm just saying.
So wait, are you saying here and now that you are giving up the Batman mantle to be Finn?
No way. I'm not taking to a lightsaber to the spine.
I never said that you. No one's saying to take a lightsaber to the spine.
No. I'm saying. I wouldn't be Finn, but I mean, it's another choice now.
Why not?
No, I mean, I
see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a choice to have. I'm not saying I'm gonna beat him for Halloween, but
but you have the choice to be.
But a choice to be.
Yes.
If you're in the Justice League, and you're fucking Batman,
Aquaman. I'm sorry, what?
You die on the street and no one else, and you die alone.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't die technically alone, but he didn't. It wasn't like he could say goodbye to Chewbacca because everything is.
Why is Batman saying goodbye to Chewbacca?
Why not?
Batman knows
Chewie?
people. Batman knows people.
I'm hurt.
I know, horrible. Okay,
not now, Chewie. I'm hurt.
If my best friend died in front of me and he didn't even know I was there, to see it, I would be like, that would suck. That would suck. I mean,
well said.
That was so hardcore.
Right.
Like he couldn't. Not that he couldn't turn around. Obviously, he can't. He couldn't turn around and say goodbye, Chewie, and fall, or that'd be so cheesy. But I meant it was just kind of like, I don't know that. For me, it wasn't the actual death; it was the stuff surrounding the death. That I kind of feel like he died alone.
Well, he made that choice.
He made that choice because he was trying to save his son.
Right.
And it
still doesn't take...
No, I'm not sure it does it. Away, yeah.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling.
And it does come back to like what we were talking about earlier, as far as it being very similar to A New Hope,
right?
Or like in the other movies,
very very similar.
And so like in this piece of it, it's like different. Jedi always have that decision to make. Are you going to come into the light side or the dark?
Right.
And so in this specific case, we have Kylo Ren that he made the decision to the dark side.
Right.
Versus Luke Skywalker, even though his father was a Sith Lord, he made the pull to go into the light. You know, even though that can be debated as far as in Return of the Jedi,
right.
Where Luke Skywalker, my personal belief is that he was in the dark side the whole movie. Because he was angry. He wanted to strike down the Emperor. He tried to strike down the Emperor.
But Vader stepped in to go ahead and try to stop him and say, no, don't do it, and join the dark side.
See, it can be looked at two ways. Did he protect the Emperor? Which I don't believe, because he's been plotting against the Emperor. Or what I believe is, was he saving his son from following the same footsteps that he followed?
Right.
And so it's you know, and even during that very last lightsaber fight between Vader and Luke, where Luke is got all this rage and anger and trying to take him down. Vader is just
on the defense.
Yeah,
he's on the defense, and he is trying so hard not to essentially die. He's blocking every blow that Luke is throwing at him.
He's not the aggressor at all.
No, he's not. He's not the aggressor at all. When in Empire, it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Because on the walkway to right before he gets his hand cut off, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Vader's coming at him with so much aggression, where Luke's completely on the defense this entire time. You know. And
so I just think that it's going back to Force Awakens, Kylo Ren, he made that decision of like, no, this is where I'm going.
This is what I'm
going to do.
And I think it's more so because it shows that in the movie, that Luke was training a new set of Jedis, a new era of Jedi. So obviously he ended up showing and telling them like, look, this is what happened. My father was, because obviously there's going to be, you know, everything's as far as Vader and him and whatnot, you know. So I think when Kylo Ren heard this, or Ben heard this, you know, that he kind of had that taste of. Well, shit.
That sounds powerful.
That sounds pretty dope, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I dug it. But, I mean, that lightsaber fight, though, I mean, you really think that Finn just...
Okay. Why would you look for Luke if you know Luke can kill you in fucking 3 moves? I mean, because you have the Empire or whatever behind you, like... Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're struggling with Finn and you're struggling with this new Jedi, why are you looking for...
Well, it's not him. It was for
It's not
Plagueis,
him. It was for...
right?
It was for Snoke.
Snoke, yeah.
It was for Snoke. It was for Snoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
so
was for
Snoke, he's following orders, and that's why at the end of the movie, he's like, all right, we're finishing your training.
Yeah.
So you know shit's going to go down in the next
one. Well, yeah, it's going to, you know, but I mean...
Yeah, but he's going to get trained by fucking Luke, so it's going to be fucking badass.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think that's going to be...
Okay, now let's fast forward to Luke Skywalker then.
Okay.
Because at the very end of the movie, when she's holding out the lightsaber...
Do you expect him to have hair when he pulled his hoodie down? I mean,
I did.
Not the hair that he had. Fucking maybe it's Maybelline hair. Like... Did you see? It was all flowing. I expected it to be like short, like his hair.
Him being Luis.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's Luis.
Mark Hamill's in the room with us right now.
I didn't expect it to be that long.
Funny, that's not what occurred. That didn't come to my mind at all.
Sorry, yeah.
That was more so thinking
old people hair.
You
don't have old people hair.
Thank you. Where it has like the angel hair, like it's just like the 3, like Homer Simpson, like 3 hairs on top.
Yeah,
but he has like a majestic beard.
Yeah.
And it's braided at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad he didn't have that. No, but when Rey's holding out the lightsaber for Luke, both of their eyes are glossy.
Yeah.
And you think they're smoking weed?
I mean,
he might have been. I bet you that fucker was standing there for fucking days.
He looks at the lightsaber. What?
I'll turn this shit into a bong real quick.
I lost that shit like forever ago, yo.
fuck, that's right, I'm a Jedi.
What the fuck is going on with my life here, man?
We can make a bong out of that.
Just gotta get the crystal out of it. Don't want to point it at your face and turn it on.
Been there, done that.
Look at my hand.
Yeah, that was funny. You ever see that meme? You get a lightsaber.
The first thing you do is you fucking point it at your face. Yeah.
Well, the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy, or whatever.
And you hand it off to some kid that points it in his face. Yeah. What about theories? Do you have any theories? Like, who do you think Rey is?
Well,
go ahead.
I kind of think Luke.
Luke's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the only reason being is, like, because I was telling Christina that it can't be Obi-Wan because he would have had to been fucking at 89. Or,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like with one of the stormtroopers right before the
right before, during A New Hope.
Yeah.
No, but then if that's the case, if that would put her in her like 30s, you know. So I mean, that's
the only one I can think is Luke.
You think so, or do you?
Only because he had to escape or he had to be away. Maybe that's the parent that had to go away.
I see. Yeah.
So he's like banging slaves.
But I mean, it has to be a strong Jedi. It has to be a strong Jedi because it can't be like, oh, you know, Pete the Jedi.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Or but I mean, Anakin, when he came into play, he didn't know who was.
He was Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Actually, that was kind of.
That was pretty. A little bit.
That's right.
She didn't have. He said it was magic or something, right?
Yeah. She was like there was no father or something like that.
Midichlorian kid. God damn
it. Yeah. See, then it goes back to the goddamn midichlorians, where Lucas never spoke about the midichlorians.
See, I'm wondering if they will just kind of like say, oh no, like she doesn't have a relation to anybody. Like my thought process. I don't know. It kind of feels like they want us to think that
would be
because
that
would be an easy answer.
Dude,
Luke's dead. Like that.
No, think of it this way. Okay, they talked about the whole Jedi Order that he's training. What if she was one of the kids at the Jedi Order and Kylo Ren destroyed the entire and he took her to get out? Like he was the only one that he was able to save. Obviously, then that puts him into exile because he couldn't save any one of the kids. What he was trying to build was destroyed, you know, so maybe that could be it. So yeah, you could be right. She's not from anywhere. She's just a Force-sensitive kid that was taken to him for training.
That's my suspicion.
And it's Star Wars. She's gonna be related to fucking somebody.
You think so?
Well, because and then when she was waiting for that ship to come back, the ship that left, I'm willing to bet that was Luke's ship, and so she doesn't know him as Luke Skywalker. She knows he's a legend,
right?
Which is why, because when they first mentioned, oh, we got the map to Luke Skywalker, she's like, oh, the myth is real.
Yeah,
like,
so she's kind of blown away. She's like, so everything's real.
Yeah,
and that's when Han's like tells her the light side, the dark side, everything. Yeah. It's real. You know,
and so, but when she sees Luke at the very end of the movie, that look they have to each other,
it's
they
like
recognize.
Yeah,
each
exactly.
Other. And that's why her eyes are glassed, like, oh my God, it's you.
Yeah.
And so she just didn't know him as Luke. Either she did know it was Luke, forgot his name. Mm-hmm. Maybe they did like they shielded her from it, like they protected her mind with the Force.
Yeah, something like that.
So
or it could be one of those things.
Maybe he hit her up and then like never called her back, and then
maybe
like, oh, God damn,
he quit it. Then he was like,
he definitely
she's back. This is awkward. This is awkward.
Oh well,
that's why I put so many goddamn steps up. I didn't think you were gonna do it.
Now, okay, so do you have any disappointments regarding the movie?
No. I honestly, I don't know. The only disappointment was the lightsaber fight, but in accepting that one, he was hurt, and two, it's people learning to be Jedis.
Right. But you got to think about it this way: Finn's a stormtrooper. I mean, a stormtrooper.
Oh.
He was a stormtrooper. He was trained and bred to fight. I mean, yeah. He may not. I mean, his whole thing was, do you have a blaster? Do you have a blaster? I'm really good with a blaster. He doesn't have a sword, but I mean, you got to think about it. The dude has some training, some sort of hand-to-hand combat, something. You know, so I mean, that's probably why he was able to hold his own.
How do you really feel they got the Millennium? I know they explained how they got the Millennium Falcon and stolen, blah blah blah,
right.
Back. There has to be a story of how that person got the Millennium Falcon. Who had it last? Lando?
No.
No, they said Han had it last.
Han had it last.
I mean, it was stolen from him, which then this dude stole it from that person.
It was like stolen by like 2 different people that landed in Jakku.
Okay.
So yeah, but
that's no significance. It's just randomly.
I think that's how they're spinning it off. I mean, who knows? I mean, they already greenlit, or not greenlit, but they already said that Billy D. Williams is going to be in episode 8.
Yes.
So he's going to reprise his role as Lando.
As Lois Lane.
As Lois Lane, playing Lando.
Playing Lando.
Yeah, so it's
a white guy.
Yeah,
black guy.
So it's like he's a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah. So I mean, that could be the case. I mean, but then again, there goes back to that theory that Zach was saying, that Finn is Lando's kid, which I highly don't.
It could be Lando's kid in general,
but he's saying it's Lando and Leia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Lando and Leia's kid.
This chick's just
we were laughing,
spreading them like.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
When he, for no reason whatsoever, Princess Leia as the bounty hunter passes him, and he just pulls down the mask for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sorry, just so random.
I was just like,
what the fuck thought? What the fuck thought?
It's me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it could be his son. I just don't think it would be him.
You don't think so?
That would kill.
That would kill what?
That would kill the whole love story of Han and Leia. Really?
Because it's not cute anymore.
Well, yeah, but Han's dead now, so who fuck cares?
No, but I'm saying if that was the son.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would kill the whole, like, your best friend boned your girl while you were in Carbonite.
Is this The Walking Dead?
Yeah, no shit, right? What about you, Luis? Any disappointments?
My disappointment quickly changed. It started off with that forest fight, because then the more I thought about it, it's like, no, that was actually pretty badass. Like, 'cause at first, like, I think I just got so used to the twirly light show.
Yeah.
Of like,
from episode 3?
Well, yeah, just like even like episode 1, like the Darth Maul fight, like just it's very flashy, very like.
But yeah, okay.
But then when I see this, it was more. It feels more realistic. It's like Game of Thrones with lightsabers. Like it's like this is how it's kind of like just like Game of Thrones with lightsabers. It's like, but it's very brutal.
Right.
Like very straight. Like it's very straight as opposed to very gay. I don't know. No, very straightforward. Like just attacking. No like twirling.
No sense of I get what you're saying.
No rave glow sticks.
Yeah,
like,
there's no light show.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah,
like especially with episode 3, like
there
there was like a 30-second interval where it's just
Obi-Wan and Anakin. They're just like
they're like twirling, and then like after the 30-second, then they collide their lightsabers. And so I got kind of used to the flashy bit of it, and so then like as I walked out of the movie, I was like, I felt let down at first by the lightsaber fight, but then as it marinated with me, I saw it a second time, and then I was like, you know what, this actually makes a lot of sense, and then that's where a lot of the parts of Kylo Ren fight, where I was like, you know what, he got taken down by 3 people, so
Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewbacca, Finn, and then Rey.
Right.
And even then, Rey, the only reason she was able to harness and like beat him, in my opinion, was you see her focus.
Right.
Her force power. It's when he's saying, "Oh, I can show you how to use the force."
Right.
So it's probably his fault that he lost, because when he told her that, she's like, "Oh yeah, the force." She kind of like closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and then taps into the light side and overpowers him.
Right.
And so before then, she was just fighting like just the way Finn was fighting. Like I wasn't using the force, and so now was overpowered, and I love that. Because you're able to see the difference between fighting with the Force and not.
And not fighting with the Force.
And so with him, so like think of like who's one of the greatest fighters right now? Ewan McGregor, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say McGregor versus me. He's gonna kick my ass.
Ewan McGregor?
Connor,
right?
Connor. I say Ewan McGregor. Oh, that's Obi-Wan.
That's Obi-Wan. Yeah.
He's the greatest fighter.
I'll fight him.
I will definitely fight Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, no, Connor McGregor.
Yeah.
He so me and him were to go toe to toe. He'll kick my ass for sure. Now, depending on how many rounds it takes him to kick my ass, after that, now he has to fight Ash.
Yeah.
And so then Ash gets his ass kicked, and now he's tired because he just went 2-3 rounds with me until I got knocked out, 2-3 rounds with you.
He took out a champion, but he's gonna last 3 rounds.
He's such a fucking asshole, man.
This guy
he knocked out a guy in 14 seconds. You think he's gonna go 3 rounds with you?
This guy, this guy's $120. I'm rocking 220 pounds myself. So I've got 100 pounds on this guy. So if we all right, you know what? Fuck you, man.
Good last 3 rounds.
I'm trying to make a point.
Let's scale it back. I lose in the first round.
Okay.
But I pop him in the I don't know. I pop him in the face, something, whatever, and I'm out. Then now Ash's turn. Now Ash gets jacked up too, but he pops him also.
Right.
So now he's tired because he just fought both of us.
Right.
You know,
back to back.
Back to back.
Okay.
And now you're up.
Right.
And now he's tied. Let's say I stabbed him in the chest, because we got he got shot by Chewbacca. I stabbed him in the chest, and then Ash stabs him in the shoulder.
Right.
And so then he's starting to limp away, and then a fresh Esteban with a fucking baseball bat. He's like, "Let's go, motherfucker!" And so he's like, okay. And so to hear in real life say, "Oh, so it's so happy," Esteban won. Oh, Esteban never would have beaten him. Like, well, keep in mind he got shanked by Luis first, then Luis got taken out. Then he got shanked by Ash. Ash got taken out.
Exactly.
And so now he's fighting a fresh, not as skilled fighter,
right?
But you still have common sense,
right? Exactly.
And so so it started off as my disappointment, but I'm like, okay, it made more sense as the round finished, and so
when she closed her eyes, didn't you not think you can do something now? As Kylo Ren, you could probably kill her now.
Yeah,
she's got her eyes closed.
I mean, she had really pretty eyelids, though.
You know?
Crap and sit.
Something.
No, but I think you kind of saw it as I think you kind of saw it more as a what are you doing? We're in the middle of a fight. Why? What are you doing? It kind of threw him off. I think it threw him off.
He asked her a legit question though, because he's like, "Stop and I'll train you," and then she closes her eyes. So it's she might have been thinking about it. Is she gonna do it?
Okay.
I was wrong.
No shit. Yeah. No, I mean.
What about you, man? Do you have any disappointments?
Well, the major one that my wife pointed out was throughout all the trailers, they hyped up Captain Phasma. Hyped her up. She was in there, maybe 10 minutes?
Yeah.
If that.
She was being, punked to open the...
to open the blood, or to lower the shields?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the things. I mean, as far as me... A part of me doesn't like that Han was killed, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. Mm-hmm. Fine. No big deal. I don't know. It just, I mean, I'm trying to find something that I didn't like about it. You're
nitpicking, kind of like what I said. I have to really search for it.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, that's really it. But I know the Captain Phasma thing, I heard that they were trying to hype her up to be more of a Boba Fett character. Where it was not really she had a presence, but it was always a lurking presence.
I never thought of that.
You know what I mean?
I never thought of that. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
She'll be like a cult favorite, and then in the next movie she'll pop up, and everyone will be like, "Oh, what's she gonna do?"
Yeah,
and then she'll have a line, and be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and then disappear for the rest of the. I just hope that if she
falls in a sandpit.
Yeah, I hope that they don't do that shit to her. Because I think she's a pretty good strong actress, but I think she can probably hold her own in a Star Wars movie.
What other movies has she been in? Because the actress is pretty well known, right?
Mostly because of Game of Thrones.
She's in Game of Thrones?
She's in Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Big, tall, blonde chick.
Yeah.
Short hair.
Oh, that's her?
That's her. I think her name is Gwendolyn Christie. I think that's her name.
That's the man chick, right?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you one of
the more you know.
Yeah. Were you one of the people that thought that Kylo Ren might have been Luke Skywalker because he didn't show up in the movie poster?
No.
You never thought that?
They debunked that really early because that was a big theory that was going out, and then they interviewed Hamill, and he's the one that flat out said no, that's not me.
Yeah.
And then they showed his face after that, on the still,
right?
Kylo Ren's face, no, it's this dude.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's a side project, but Killing Joke with
Oh, Kevin Conroy and that I think that should be fucking dope.
Sorry, not to get on the side note. Just it reminded me, so we should talk about that next podcast.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is the voice of the Joker. For those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
And
my world's crumbling down.
Yeah, no kidding. Yes, it is. Deal with it. It's fine. You'll be okay. But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, I mean, as far as like
he's far and beyond a way better actor than he was for the.
Oh yeah. He did. You know what? After Return of the Jedi, he did a lot of B movies.
Yes, he did.
He did a lot of fucking B movies, dude. A lot.
And then got into voice acting.
And
which
then
is where you belong.
and he got into voice acting. You know, started doing the Joker's voice, and that's everybody knows the Joker as that voice. You know what I mean?
What'd you think of him in Flash?
Oh, as the trickster?
Yes, I thought that was really actually it excited me because I figured this is what he would look like as the Joker. Because I kept hearing Joker when he was saying his lines. Yeah,
and then
City.
Yeah, and then not only that, but did you guys see Kingsman?
He's in Kingsman?
Yeah, he's in Kingsman.
No, I didn't see
You haven't seen Kingsman?
No.
Oh, you guys gotta watch Kingsman.
I keep hearing that, but it doesn't like pull me. I know I need to just kind of just do it.
Yeah, it's entertaining. He's in it, but I don't want to spoil it. But
yeah, I mean that's one of those movies I'll buy when it's at Best Buy for like
$3.
Yeah,
$5. Yeah.
Yeah, but and I binge instead of buying one for $32.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I definitely was gonna get that. There's coming out with a part 2.
I think so.
So the diehards are like, go back to Star Wars.
I know, right? Shut up, nerds. Go back to what we love. But yeah, I mean that as far as disappointments for me, I mean I know there's a lot of people that are hating. They're like, oh, episode 7 is just like episode 4. They end up it's the same concept. So what? Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
I did like when he was like, where should we put him? Do we have a trash compactor?
Yeah, cool. That was cool. He's like, we do. Yeah, I think that was awesome. That was pretty cool. I dug that.
You know about the Star Killer, right?
Star Killer?
Star Killer was...
from The Force Unleashed? Are you talking about that?
Oh, that's Star Killer?
No. Star Killer with
the base.
Yes, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But wasn't Luke Skywalker's original name Luke Star Killer?
I don't think so, no.
I think we need to Wikipedia that.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Oh, we'll have to look into that. Because I know in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the 2 video games, Part 1 and Part 2, Vader's apprentice, spoiler if you guys haven't played it, that's his name, is Star Killer. You know, and he was an apprentice that Vader trained.
K-Rock to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he trained this other apprentice in secret in order to kill the Emperor. Like he trained him to kill the Emperor.
Maybe that's how I know it. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I heard it wrong.
Yeah. So I mean that was a good fucking game.
Yeah. I look at because you told me about the theory about Darth Vader being so angry that he wasn't told about his kids that everything is a plot against the Emperor.
Yeah.
I watched the movie a whole different way now.
That's the current comic book arc right now. It's in graphic novel form. It's just self-titled Darth Vader.
Just Darth Vader. Okay.
So good. Yeah. Because in the second issue, he finds out that his kids are alive.
Right.
And he's pissed. And then like right after he finds out, you just see like the rage weltering up in him, and he gets summoned by the Emperor, and he takes a kneel, and he's just holding in that rage. It's like he's biding his time. So smart and collected.
Right.
He would,
to like, you know.
Would he use the Force obviously to cloud that so the Emperor wouldn't notice?
Yeah.
He'd have to.
In tune to the Force that he is, like,
right.
Yeah.
He'd have to.
What do you think about the theory that Snoke?
Yeah.
Snooky?
Emperor.
Yeah, because they keep showing that Darth Vader scar with.
Nah, I don't
think so, because right away that gets debunked too. Because at the end of Return, he's a Force ghost. He's a good Force ghost.
I think so too.
You know,
I'm just like, but you've seen those.
Yeah, I've seen those, and you know what? To be honest, in the original script, what I was looking at in the original script, Anakin was supposed to make a cameo, as like half Vader, half Anakin. Like the mask was gonna be all like burnt up, but you know how kind of like in Empire, where Luke goes through his trial, and he ends up killing Vader, and then the helmet explodes and it shows like his face.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be something like that. You know, obviously more gruesome and everything, but that's what they're saying. They're trying to say, well, no, it could be Vader. You know, it's just that when he died, at that time he accepted that he died, but maybe he didn't fully go to the dark side or to the light side.
Yeah.
Maybe he's stuck in the middle, so he can jump between light side and dark side. You know, and that's really far fetched. Like I can't, you know. But then there's the other one when they're saying that it's Darth Plagueis or Darth Plagueis.
Is that this one's?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking like, hey, you know, that
makes the most sense.
That makes the most sense. You know, and of course he's gonna have the scars because he's been able to cheat death. Yeah. You know, so that's the most logical one. A few other ones they're saying that he's an Inquisitor. You know, if you guys aren't watching like the Star Wars Rebels, I haven't been watching it, but I've been like kind of catching up on it.
It's the Rebels.
It's a cartoon on Cartoon Network. It's supposed to be it's supposed to happen in between.
So much Star Wars stuff,
dude. There is. It's nuts. It's supposed to happen between episode 3 and 4, when Clone Wars happened between episode 2 and 3. You know, so Clone Wars. If you guys had Netflix, watch it on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. Like I'm pretty impressed by it. Like being a Cartoon Network, like for kids and shit like that. It's actually pretty good. So the Clone Wars happens between episode 2 and 3. And then Star Wars Rebels happens between episode 3 and 4. You know, and during that time there's this, they're called the Inquisitors. They're kind of like Sith. You know, they yield lightsabers, they have all that kind of stuff. So I mean it's to me it's pretty cool. It's not that bad. I think it's pretty awesome. You know.
If it wasn't in the script for Han Solo to die, do you think Harrison Ford would have done another one?
Absolutely. You know why? Because of money. It's money, dude. I think it's because of money, because that's the only reason why he's stuck on for episode 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Oh, help me. Why?
Well,
he's supposed to die in.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to.
For 6, you mean?
Yeah, for 6. Sorry, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's pretty old, so it's like, does he really need more money? Like, does he really need another?
Yeah, he's supposed to do another Indiana Jones.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's supposed to do another Indiana Jones, but this one's supposed to be like the official passing the torch to someone else.
Not Shia LaBeouf.
Not Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, is that gonna be Shia?
Fuck no.
I thought it was gonna be him.
No, they're thinking that they're trying to get Chris Pratt to do it.
Yeah. I can see that.
I could see that.
Yeah, they're trying.
But then that was they're trying to throw Chris Pratt into everything now.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that they said. Oh, for the Han Solo movie, they were saying him, and they even asked him. He's like, dude, I don't know anything about this.
I got that from Star-Lord. I got that in the very beginning when he's doing the whole not tomb, but getting the item, and then he's doing this. Like, it very much reminded me of remember when he does that with the bag of sand?
Yeah.
And then all the getting out of trouble stuff that he does, like with Han Solo does with Jabba the Hutt. Like,
yeah.
I talk myself out of everything every time. I love that line.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going from subject to subject, but I almost like. I am sentimental towards R2, but I'm almost liking BB-8 more than R2.
Really?
Just because there's so much more emotion in that droid than R2. R2's the shit though.
R2 is a shit. R2 is a shit.
See the little thumbs up with the lighter though. It made
me
giggle. It made me giggle like a girl in the movie theater. Not many things can make me.
The comedy lines.
The comedy was spot on.
Better.
The comedy lines were spot on.
Any Star Wars I've seen before.
I mean, at the very beginning, where Kylo Ren brings in Poe Dameron, and they're just quiet. They're just kind of like, "Do I talk first? Do you talk first?
Yeah.
How do we do this?"
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. That was really good.
Yeah, a lot of Finn had a few good lines.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
it wasn't cheesy like Star Wars.
It was not cheesy. It was not, and that's what I dug about it. Yeah, no shit. It wasn't 1977 cheesy. Let's just put it that way. It was 2015.
But I was gonna go off with a power converter.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking wow.
Listen, you check out guys at your own time. There was another thing I was gonna ask, but I totally. If you want to
spaced on it.
Yeah.
Ah, man, killing it, man.
I forgot it was gonna be because we went into so many other things.
We did. It's like a vortex of nerd.
Nerd
stuff.
That's what happens. Kind of just pulls you in. Yes.
Why do you... Oh, question I'm going to ask.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Answer we're going to give.
It's a trap. Is it that guy?
Yeah, it is. It is Admiral Akbar.
And what about Vagina Face? Is that him? Is it the original Vagina Face?
Yes!
Okay. Well, everybody does an age.
I'm just surprised that you just went with Vagina Face as his name.
That's his name.
It's funny though when he said that, I knew exactly what he was talking about.
I was like, so did I.
We call him
the Mexican alien.
We call him Pussy Willow.
What?
It's just because he looks like a fucking vagina face.
Okay.
Never mind.
The sad part is that we knew who we were talking about. Everybody listening to this,
Mexican alien. Mexican alien guy with Lando.
I just didn't know if it was going to be those characters, because obviously with the makeup or whatever, you can't tell their age. They're also
well, yeah, obviously. You know, you're not going to have Admiral Akbar with fucking droopy eyes and shit, you know? So...
They're all down to his shoulders. Eyes are up here, guys.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was him. It was him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if it was that same character.
No, yeah, that was him. That was him. So, all right. All right, so we're going to go to wrap it up. This is another episode of CoMix. This is Esteban.
This is Ash.
This is still Luis.
Still?
Still.
Oh, okay.
Hasn't changed.
Stiletto Luis?
Well, I'm glad.
It's Stiletto Luis.
I'm glad it's staying. It's still stayed the same. So there's another episode of CoMix. And by the way, everybody, if you didn't know, you can always make oatmeal with hot water. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.